This is the most sexually immoral podcast on sexual immorality. This is a ride. It's late at night. You see my girl in the background. She's working too. Look at that shit. It's late at night, right before this shit's supposed to come out. It's okay. There was a problem. Our recording company fucked up the audio and the video. I'm putting this out anyway. It's supposed to get fixed this week. I'll replace it once it does get fixed because this was too fucking funny. So the clips might suffer a little bit for the week, but like Brown Jesus rules. That's all I gotta say. He's Lord and Savior of the fucking universe. So buckle up, bitches. It's Brown Jesus time.
Okay, America.
Let's see. Sir, it's good to see you, sir.
This is
Oh, it's about time. You know, I've heard lore of the Brown Jesus.
for many.
I mean, in Western civilization, I'm kind of a mythical creature.
So, for people who don't know, we have a Brown Jesus. Well, obviously, I don't know that we have a white Jesus, but there was supposed to be. There were like a lot of times where we were supposed to have both, and I was supposed to go back and forth with them, but apparently, Brown Jesus showed up, man.
Last time, Brown Jesus showed up. Last time white Jesus showed up, my mom died. So there's some traumatic shit. That was the moment my mom passed away. So yeah,
Not a little dark today, eh?
Your
Oops.
mom had a little influence on that show,
Yeah,
didn't she?
so I'm just
Yeah.
it made me sad. Just gonna be honest.
What?
What?
Wow.
Yeah,
Right.
let's try to pull that out of that nose.
And you know what? So my coffee's going, so that's perfect time. Let me go grab that. You guys can save
Yeah.
this shit. I just train
All right. Mr. Christ, good morning.
Ah, yes.
It's early in your part of the world,
Peace be with you, and also with
and also with me. Yeah. How's your morning so far?
excellent.
Yeah.
Just early.
Now, what's your beverage of choice there for the early mornings?
Today, I'm giving it a shot. I'm trying the tropical flavored Red Bull.
Okay.
I gotta wean myself off of it. It's a horrible thing. It's a horrible addiction. Yeah.
And is the whole, is it a coincidence? Gives you wings? Is that a coincidence?
Not really wing eligible.
Chicken or the egg? Which came first? I mean, is that what all those your compadres drink?
Well, it really is up to the person.
Okay. All right. I like it.
Truly is. It truly
Now,
is.
where do you find yourself this morning?
In Tacoma, Washington, Pacific Standard Time. Nothing crazy.
Oh, okay. All right. Now,
Yeah.
why would you be in Tacoma, Washington? That seems an odd place for a deity.
For somebody that died for a solid 3 and came back, it's you can kind of pick anywhere to live at this point.
Yeah. Yes, sir. And Tacoma's, I mean, obviously it's been a while, so you've had some time to suss out some pretty fancy places to live. You settled on the 253.
Yeah, Israel, things are going on.
It's a little
Awkward.
Yeah. Yeah.
Half those folks don't even believe that I am who I am.
Right.
So
Right. So why bother, right?
yeah,
Let that play out. Let that play out. You fucking smooth on in there like after the dust settles.
Dude, you did some research.
Yeah.
So pretty much. So pretty much once everybody kind of becomes a little bit more progressive, you know how like Japan and China kind of loosen the reins on everything. As soon as the Middle East does that, we'll be back in business. I'll probably get a holiday house there. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. I could see that, and it's be a lot cheaper.
Yeah,
I mean,
and they got
253's
healing.
Healing waters and all that stuff, right? Yeah.
All the seas, minerals,
Right.
stuff.
I like it. All right. And Leif, there is no chance the white Jesus is going to show up this morning.
No, there's no chance that's ever happening again.
Oh,
Did you guys hear that?
Yeah.
No.
Oh my
What happened?
He's fucking everywhere. So
your father? Wait, your father's there?
It's really hard to squeak one off when Dad's around.
Wait, your dad is in the room?
He's everywhere.
Oh, right. Shit. What's that like? Do you ever get to rub one out?
Yeah, but makes
it's
me feel
awkward.
Fucking,
it's
Christian guilt.
Right. It's always awkward.
And Jewish guilt. I mean, it's all of the things. I mean, originally. That's how I started out. I started out with Judaism, and then I converted, apparently.
At some point.
I don't fucking get it. People decided for me. I didn't choose this life. Other people did.
Okay. Interesting.
Right. I wake up in a cold sweat, just like having these flashbacks, kind of premonitions. Like people are like asking me to take the wheel for them. It's fucking awkward. It's like, can't nap at all. It's like I'm hearing it, just like right back here, just a little bit.
All the time?
All the time.
God, that sounds exhausting.
Especially on a Friday and Saturday night. Glug, glug. Swerve, swerve. Jesus took the wheel. Oh.
I guess that enter Red Bull, I guess, right?
Yeah. It's a long night.
Now, have you ever tried anything harder than the Red Bull? How does it go? I mean, you ever need to really stay up for a while?
I mean, come on. We've all tried a little bit of something.
Yeah. When I mean, you kind of one of those all-knowing sort of guys. When did
that's my dad.
Well, what's the difference?
Well, I mean, I just was basically a philosopher.
Okay.
Still am.
Yeah.
Still got some good little nuggets, little natal nuggets, little updates on life.
So, are you dead?
Very much alive. Here.
In the heart.
Yeah.
Where it matters. Where it belongs.
Yeah, I'm kind of like Tyler Durden, but I'm not Tyler Durden.
Right.
I have a little bit more substance than some guy that just can't sleep.
Right. Well, so Leif and I were talking last week about the Holy Spirit, and we came up with maybe that all of us are the Holy Spirit.
Collectively, yeah. Hence.
Yeah.
This little guy right there.
3-hole.
Yeah.
3-hole.
Yeah.
What's
baby.
3-hole?
Airtight. It's the magic number.
A-frame. Sorry. This is going into the toilet already.
No, that's it fits with the theme. So.
Oh, right. Oh, and I was just listening to Dan McClellan go against the guy who's like, Sodom and Gomorrah is about butt rape.
Yeah.
And
interesting.
It's the longest stitch I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's interesting that it's like they were just like trying to take a stab at people they didn't like. Basically, they were like saying that these people.
Stitch guy? No, they were saying that.
No, Dan's opinion of it.
Oh, his opinion is that it's all about inhospitality and not sexual assault.
Yeah, I thought he mentions like they were like taking a dig at the people of that region as well.
#SA.
Is that sexual assault?
I guess so. That's how it is on the internet.
Right.
I'm discovering all these things. The internet is great. There's all kinds of things on there.
Yeah, speaking of which, I guess we start the show now with clips.
Ooh.
And this leads right into them. Sorry to cough in your faces. How about I do this? Good time to do this shit. Can you guys see that?
They just don't make these like they used to. It's all polyester now.
I can't see it.
It's not showing up.
No, sir.
Where do you guys?
I just can't get enough.
I just
99%. We're in the 99th percentile.
Yes, sir. Tall people.
All right.
Good thing I'm standing right. Ooh.
Oh, hello.
Now it's gonna work.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Oops. Not if it's muted.
Just can't seem to get it.
Pure from sexual immorality is one of the most basic and essential things. If you have not mastered this, you have not even achieved, you have not even accomplished, you have not even arrived to the first rung of what it means to be a mature Christian.
Now,
that sounds hard. I want to lay that before you because I am so sick and tired of hearing men across the nation whine about the power of this, when I know God has given us power over it. And thinking it's almost an acceptable thing that you can have this and still do Christianity. No!
Never let the enemy condemn you, but rather let...
Powerful words.
What was the very first thing you said?
I don't know.
Yeah, Cliff noticed, man, because, I mean, let's be real.
What?
He was just shouting a lot.
A lot of yelling. He's very yelly.
Yeah, it's a big issue.
He has a strong desire to be a televangelist.
Dude, it's such a bummer that, I love Dan McClellan in that way, where he's just like, no, none of this has any meaning. This is all your biases.
I think you might be taking that wrong. It's not that it doesn't have meaning. Like, books have meaning.
It doesn't say anything. It doesn't say anything.
It doesn't have inherent meaning. It means that whatever meaning we're going to come to, we have to negotiate it, right? Like,
sure.
That's what he means. He has a whole video on it, too. I'll send it your way. So it's not that it has zero meaning. It has lots of meaning over time and different meanings to different people, right? But we have to negotiate it into existence. We have to be like, this means this. So it's that. I think I'll send it your way. But sexual immorality. What do you guys?
I mean, I look at it like this. In my infinite wisdom, I think that since there's no good and bad, is there truly any sexual immorality?
Well, they wrote down some different words from you about it. Because you definitely...
Yeah, I didn't say all of that stuff. Some of that stuff was like, come on now. Gold plates in the woods. God spoke to me. First off, my dad isn't a big talker, so...
Not recently, right?
Not recently. Yeah. He's been kind of MIA. So
he's been kind of throwing you to the wolves a little bit, hasn't he?
Yeah, the wolves, the Romans, everybody. So this Joel Osteen knockoff said basically it's all under our own control. Is that what he's trying to say?
He's saying that you have, if you want to call yourself a Christian, even the first tier, the first rung of a Christian,
of a mature Christian,
you have to have that mastered. I mean,
sexual immorality, you have to master that.
Yeah, there's a lot. Oh, I'm a lot.
Is there a handbook for that? Because I'd like to read that handbook.
The Bible has a lot to say about it. 1 Corinthians 6:18 says, "Flee from sexual immorality. Every other sin a person commits is outside the body, but the sexual immoral person sins against his own body."
That sounds like jerking off.
Or, insertion.
Insertion.
Like a sounding rod?
Or like anything. Like a banana. Cucumber.
How can you really judge it if you haven't tried it yourself? I mean,
Isn't that what it's saying? Isn't it saying you should know to thine own self be true? Isn't that in there somewhere? To thine own self put a cucumber in it?
Yep. If you liked it, then you should have put a cucumber in it.
I can't take you seriously without something in your ass.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's Mike Squires seeping into the conversation.
Seeping.
It's almost like moist.
Oh my God! Oh my God! I have the man himself here. This is that's how you guys took those verses?
We didn't take them; we interpreted them.
Yeah,
well, it was only one. Sorry,
we're negotiating.
Yeah,
we're negotiating here, Leif. Your words. It's a negotiation, Dan.
Hey, man, brother Rennie. Hey, man, brother Rennie. Here, let me rub out a couple more.
Motherfucker.
Sorry, I thought I was saying that. I took a couple of hits there. So sorry. But among you, there must not be even a hint of sexual immorality or any kind of impurity or of greed, because of these are improper for God's holy place. Ephesians 5:3.
So
there's not supposed to be a hint? Oh my God.
So I got basically BibleMD.com up on the old computer Schmidt, because I don't try to memorize things. I'm not here to show off. I'm just a moral compass for others. So
you're like the North Star with a beard.
I'm a guiding light. So basically, if you have any impure thoughts, you're screwed already right up the top. So you can't even think it.
Yeah.
Let alone, I mean, acting out on it, obviously, that's like a commandment or something. I don't know. Charlton Heston said it best. But I got one. Go ahead. Hit me. I'm open.
Oh, I got, Matthew 5:28. But I say to you that everyone who looks at a woman with lustful intent has already committed adultery with her in his heart. Yeah, that's from Jesus.
Now, who said Jesus said this?
Matthew.
I mean,
but
and have we already decided that Matthew? He did hang out with Jesus, not like Peter.
It doesn't.
We hung out in high school, but
unfortunately, it wouldn't matter if he hung out with Jesus, because remember, these aren't the original witnesses, so it's not like we have the words of Matthew. So it's attributed to.
Why don't we just ask Jesus? Jesus, did you ever say that? You ever say that shit?
I mean, it's more like a game of telephone. Matthew kind of took what I said out of context. I was like, hey, man, you can't be thinking that shit and be with your old lady. You know? I know you're claiming to be committed, but then when me and you have a couple of brewskis, a couple of he-brewskis, if you will, we start talking about things walking by the ye old bar. You know, you can't be thinking that stuff while you have the lady at home, the missus.
Yeah.
It's just not... It doesn't help with the overall morality of your life.
It's about keeping your life together. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. You weren't saying that like any thought that passes through your head, if it just happens to be sexual in nature with some fantasy person, then you're already fucked.
Why did I hear you say Jenna Jameson in my head? I don't know. It's so funny.
I heard it.
That's okay. Well, let's go there. Yeah, like if you're talking about, so we're talking about porn. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, so like porn isn't by nature lustful in you're not immoral unless you're thinking about Jenna Jameson while you're with your wife. Is that what you're saying?
Okay.
No. You guys are straying off my topic.
Bring us back, Lord. Bring us back.
JC's keep me in the lane, JC.
When I did have this conversation 1,000 years ago, it was more or less, we didn't have the internet. We weren't talking about things like this. You know, women were covered from head to toe. All we saw was some, nice little almond-shaped eyes, maybe a little bit of eyebrow, maybe some ankle. I don't know. There was things happening. And there were still whores back then, too. So people were still getting down.
Yeah. Okay.
So at the end of the day, you ain't need to be crawling into a whorehouse just because you got a lady at home. And if you're thinking about it, kind of fucked up.
Okay.
Deal, but every once in a while, squeeze into the old brain. You got to have something to get you to the finish line.
Okay. From the horse's mouth.
That's interesting. There's more verses. Hey,
Leif, is there anything that says what exactly impurity? What's the word?
Immorality?
Is there any place where it clearly or more clearly defines what that is?
The 10 Commandments. Adultery.
That's kind of a general rule, though.
Yeah,
it doesn't say that.
When they're talking about it, it would be like the breaking of a marriage bed, fornication, adultery.
Check.
Thinking, looking at some woman lustfully.
Where does it say that?
At different proportions. Like, obviously, the earliest are the fucking 10 Commandments, pretty much right there. Actually, no, the earliest would be Abraham, I think. He made a covenant with his eyes. No, that was Job. Fuck, sorry, I got stoned. So there is his 10 commandments, but yeah, like it's kind of a big deal, which makes sense, like for back then, again, because that shit would start wars, you know, like if you want to keep people from killing each other all day, they can't be fucking each other's wives, you know. So
even pursuing unnatural desire.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
That's like finding a porno and then just flipping through it, and then like saying that you read the fucking articles. My ass.
And like fucking Proverbs, which is like one of my favorite books, obviously in the Bible. It's like lust is like a woman that leads you down to a den of sin where everyone there is already dead, and talks about them being corpses. Like it's fucking. It's heavy. I mean, so heavy that my parents wouldn't let us date because they were afraid it would lead to sexual immorality. You know, my siblings and me.
So basically, all of this summed up is keep desire alive. Satisfaction is the death of desire, and this is basically, you know, it's just keep the desire alive is all basically what it's saying.
You don't,
yeah.
And have you heard the JC? Have you heard the thing about aliens and soul? We're like basically just soul sacks of, you know, like skin sacks that house a soul, and that like they're harvesting our souls. Is that you, or is that? Have you ever heard anything about this?
That's just some foam hat guy on the internet. Let's be real.
Okay.
Oh, because I've got another one. 1 Thessalonians. Have you guys heard this one? 4, 3 through 4. Yeah, it says, "For this is the will of God, your sanctification, that you abstain from sexual immorality, and that each of you know how to control his own body in holiness and honor."
Well, that just means don't come too quick, right?
In not so many words.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, don't come yet. It's like Xavier McDaniels, don't come yet.
Yeah.
I'm not going to come.
Yeah,
I'm not going to
come.
come.
All it is.
Burned toast. My grandmother's rug.
That's intense.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Next. I figured that one out. Next.
Okay.
That's an easy one. Now he's throwing softballs. Okay,
let
good.
the marriage bed be held in honor among all, and let the marriage bed be undefiled. For God will judge the sexual immoral and the adulterous.
Okay, so I got a question for JC on this one, because we've been here before where we pushed up against this part where is your dad a little creepy?
Super.
Yeah, like he rolls up and he'll be like, yeah, that's not defiling. Okay, it's close though, good one. You know, it's like,
and then he goes and fucks Ma. Fucking knocks one into Mom.
Who is Ma?
Ashra.
Mary.
Who? I'm asking JC.
Oh,
thanks, bud.
Sorry.
According to.
I get your answer anytime. We got fucking Jesus Christ on the line. Pipe down, cracker.
Forgive me for upset.
Brother Cracker.
Brother Cracker is my name. Oh no.
Oh my God. I could have swore it was Mary, but you know, I mean, what happens in all these things.
Well, and another thing, so when he sends Gabriel to smooth things over after you know, your mom, right?
Yeah.
After you were conceived, like, what does that look like? I mean, were you all knowing at that point? You had already been conceived, so you were there. You're like, how does that work?
Well,
when do you start tracking?
Well, it's kind of like puberty. It kind of hits you. You got to kind of have an awakening, if you will.
Sure.
And then all of a sudden you start taking on these roles because your dad kind of defined them for you. It's like, oh, well, you know, if your dad was a plumber, then you become a plumber, and then your kid becomes a plumber, you know? Even though there wasn't really public sanitation at the time. I'm just using that as an example.
Sure, yeah.
So, yeah, I had to be this moral compass because dad's like all-seeing, all-knowing, everywhere.
Motherfucker.
I know. It's like, come on, man. I'm cleaning my fucking room.
Now, we were also like, so he's all-knowing, but he can't see behind bushes. Like, he can't just... How does that work? Like, like...
He is the burning bush. I mean...
Okay.
It's kind of a metaphor, but people take it out of context.
Well, when we saw the part where he was in the Garden of Eden and he's like, and Adam and Eve were hiding behind a bush and he's like, "Where are you? I can't see you." Oh, and he's snorkeling and sniffling and it seemed like his back was sort of fucked up. It's like, what's going on here with this? Is this like an old dude? What the?
I mean, that's when we established spina bifida.
Oh, that was that. Okay. Yeah. I guess somebody's got to be first, right?
Yeah. Poor bastard.
Right. Yeah.
You guys want another verse?
Yeah. Come on.
Okay.
Yeah,
Chop, baby.
Okay.
We're solving a lot of world problems. Right
Yeah,
now.
you guys.
We're like crossing a lot of
I had to
T's.
get more because I was.
You were thought,
Jesus.
Hey, easy
I
with
was
the
like, you
crossing
guys
the
are
T's,
fucking.
man. That's kind of a sore subject for me.
Oh, sorry about that. Sorry. Hey, sensitive.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm
sorry. Dot in the eyes.
Put on my
bad.
best Carmen shirt.
Trigger warning.
JC's trigger warning.
Oh my God. Oh my God. 1 Corinthians 6:9-10. Do not be deceived. Neither the sexual immoral, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor men who have sex with men, nor thieves, nor the greedy, nor the drunkards, nor the slanderers, nor the swindlers will inherit the kingdom of God. Kind of a controversial. That one actually made me leave Christianity. So anyway, but never mind.
Well, I think that was taken out of context because the translations from the Hebrews and the translation from, well, I don't even remember what I wrote or what everybody wrote this thing in first.
Greek.
I mean, things have changed. It's been a long time. I can't remember everything. Just a moral compass.
It's understandable.
Right.
It's understandable.
Yeah.
Broad strokes.
It's also rough.
What were we doing?
Greek.
Is it Sanskrit?
It's a pretty wide net, that one.
Greek.
It's a lot of folks who are not getting into heaven. I mean,
wide net, he says.
Has there ever been a time where like there were too many people in heaven, so they had to like scale back the criteria at the gates?
Well, it's pretty much anybody who went out for a cigarette, you could let a couple more in.
It's like a club.
Essentially.
Yeah. How long?
Not a modern day club.
Yeah. How long is the line at the gate there?
Infinite.
Yeah.
What about?
So is that?
So that mentions sexual immoral people, in a different. I mean, one of those words is actually fornication.
Caca.
So
what's that? That's the sex before the wedlock.
That's with animals.
Sex before marriage, yeah. But like also the homosexuality slips in there, which I believe is all not in the original at all. But
the original translation.
Yeah, there's this movie I haven't been able to. It's only screening certain places. It's called 1946, and that's apparently the first time homosexuality gets put in the Bible ever. So that word before is something else and can mean something else. Homosexuality, according to Dan McClellan, is actually not there's like a loophole. It's not exactly condemned in the Bible, because if you're saved, you can basically have sex with whoever you want. So
even animals?
Yeah, as long as you're not the bot. No, not animals. That's excluded.
Thundercats ho.
That's talked about.
Come on. I'll be out in the back 9 with the sheep, sir.
Sheep, goats, whatever you can get your hands on, really.
Well, I mean, what about the angels that came down and fucked the horses? Or was that cows?
That's an Enoch. That's an uncanonized. So that's not in the canonized Bible.
So we got our gentleman here. So uncanonized, JC, where are we with that? Is that stuff all happen?
Oh man, again, always taken out of context. It's just a guiding. It's just a guide, really.
Yeah.
All this stuff, everybody's going too hard with it. Everybody's just going too hard. I mean, I've been known to flip a table every once in a while, but time and a place. Time and a place.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. Yeah. Roadhouse. Roundhouse, baby. Roundhouse. Yeah.
Okay.
But I think a lot of Christians, unfortunately, think it's Roadhouse time now. That's what's scary. I think many people have faith.
Time.
Seriously.
I know. I
Seriously.
agree. I think it's pathetic. Yeah. But I mean, you said it. You said it at Mark 9:1. You were like, assuredly.
Someone said you said it in Mark 9:1.
Yeah.
Leif likes to go straight to the paint on those, and I'm like, dude, I will throw elbows, okay? Dude did not say, you got no proof. Dude said shit. Excuse me, Eric. I'm sorry about the swearing.
It's like when somebody else posts your fucking video to their TikTok. That's what's going on here.
Only you can see that that's our faces saying that. Whereas, like for you got there's no proof whatsoever you said any of this stuff.
No, plausible deniability, baby. That's why I got all these homies. I'm like, hey, just
it's weird that it works though.
Let them know.
It does work.
Isn't that weird? That's the weird part. Well, I mean, not until recently. But like, yeah, for 2,000 years here, it's been going pretty good. Had a good run.
Yeah, until we invented the camera and got rid of superstition.
Yeah.
Not a lot of miracles after that old camera fucking got
tough one. Tough to knock out a miracle with a bunch of cell phones.
Well, the people
you know how hard it is to walk on water when a bunch of people are filming you? You're like a neutron, you know? I'm not doing what I'm supposed to until somebody's looking at me.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Must be tough gig.
Oh, you have no idea. A lot of this going on.
Ta-da!
Where did the rabbit come from? I don't know.
He was doing the take his thumb off.
Was it really a rabbit?
For the people at home.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah. What else you got left?
Oh God, so many. Okay, so this is Colossians 3:5. It says, "Put to death, therefore, whatever belongs to your earthly nature: sexual immorality, impurity, lust, evil desires, and greed, which is idolatry."
Idolatry?
Yeah.
Oh, like
worshiping something more than you worship. For many, yeah. That's all we have to say there.
Dude. From the mouth, from the source, from the spring.
Just a gentle reminder.
I just picked this shirt because it's the most Christian one I have. So I'm sorry that I'm triggering you with that cross.
I haven't gotten any new threads in a few. Same old thing, but I got to keep getting new ones. But they've been making them out of polyester instead of nice linen.
Maybe we should do a GoFundMe, Leif.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Get Brown Jesus some new threads.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I chose this on purpose to make it look like.
Oh, that you were like a reverend? It does look like a collar. We should get you one of them outfits.
What white T-shirt and
that would be
brown
great. Sweatshirt. I'll go even harder in the paint. I'll just start looking like a youth pastor.
Right. Oh my God,
that would be fucking.
We could just dress the part. People like wouldn't even. They don't
Guys,
even listen. They
we
just
need to do
those are
better.
Now I'm going to have a meeting with all of the altar boys behind the catechism after the service. Pants are optional.
Speaking of immoral thoughts, you know, I must have been having a really rough day when I mentioned all this stuff to all my homies back in the day. Because you know what? I think that it's more important to talk about the moral things we should be doing. Not necessarily what we shouldn't be doing, but what we should be doing.
Apparently no one in the Bible had ever had therapy, because they tell you that all the time. Stop talking about the negatives in your life that you don't want and start talking about the positives you do want.
Yeah.
You know?
Like me, in your heart.
Totally. Have that guy right there. That guy, not him, but
the other way. Yeah.
That guy over there. Wait, am I on your guys' left or your right?
In the middle.
You're on my left, you're right.
Yeah, okay, so it's me then, yeah. Brady Bunch. So Leif is Cindy. Is that what's going on here? Or Alice?
Sure. Either or.
Oh, my jam? It's the worst.
Yeah, that is the worst.
What a bitch. What a middle child.
Total middle child.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I talk about middle children in ye old book quite a few times. Nobody else does.
You guys don't seem to think that sexual immorality is a big deal then, huh?
It's not that it's not a big deal, but come on, man, we got bigger stuff to worry about. What happens if you turn into a pillar of salt tomorrow?
Yeah. Careful with those nuclear weapons, folks.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually,
weapons are real, people.
That actually makes sense, because then all this shit would actually be maybe important.
the real end of the world.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, not this
Fire
figurative shit that everyone's.
Yeah, like. Okay.
Ops decides to flip the poles on its axis. You know what I'm saying? It's just spin in another direction.
Dude.
He'll do it.
Okay, we'll
He's
do
done it
one
before,
more,
right?
then I'll let you guys.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
We can talk about any of this weird alien shit or whatever you want. We'll do one more, and then we'll freeform it. But Ephesians 5:3, because
Ephesians.
It was to Paul.
Ephesians.
I'm like, you're making these up now, aren't
Paul.
you? Telvison's
First
958.
hesitations.
You can spell for the Bible.
So,
Sorry, go ahead.
To the church at Ephesus by Paul, chapter 5, verse 3. But sexual immorality and all impurity or covetousness must not even be named among you, as is proper among the saints.
You can't even talk about it?
Is
that what it says?
It can't be named among you. So you're
So somebody can't accuse you.
Yeah, you can't even. It's like there's another. He uses be above reproach. So it's like your reputation is such a nature that it cannot even, the finger cannot even be pointed at you.
Gotcha.
Or your bum.
It's not a finger.
But I mean, sexual immorality runs rampant among organized religion. You know, that's one of the things that as soon as you start organizing a religion, the pastor starts fucking everybody. So,
I thought that's the deal, right? That's like why people get into it.
It's a problem with middle management, you know.
Dude.
Yeah, it's
do what I say, not what I do.
It's like being president in the '60s.
You could just tap everybody.
That's what are you gonna do?
Although I don't know that there was a lot of guy-on-guy action with the president.
I can imagine it would actually be a lot. I'm assuming.
We could
what
ask
do you
Jesse
think happens at Bohemian Grove?
They touch their no-no places?
Back in the day, I'm assuming. Back in the day.
Is that the one with the owl?
Yeah.
Is that the one?
They sacrificed that effigy to it. Actually, it's not as gnarly as you think. Like some dude just broke in there.
Yeah.
And it's like the owl's not even concrete. It's like fiberglass or something.
Oh, it was Bob Lazar. Sorry, out of nowhere. It was Bob Lazar that said there was a manuscript that he read that said religion is the guidelines to keep your soul pure, because we're just skin sacks. We're just soul containers. Aliens want our souls. Yeah, we're just soul containers. Yeah. And
good job.
And they talk about
the whole podcast, man. Good job. That was great.
Yeah. Well, and then if you talk about like those Ramtha folks, they like the whole meditation and your chakras, where you're resonating. Like the lower you're resonating, the closer to your loins you're resonating, the duller, the dirtier you are.
That makes sense.
And the higher up, and so you're supposed to be resonating up here. That's the highest, purest. And I think that's what the aliens want. I'm not speaking for them. Maybe, JC, you can help us out with this, or maybe it's just tinfoil Bob Lazar shit.
Well, historically, there's not a lot of mention or sightings of aliens. It was more, I put a little too much ergot in the bread. My bad.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
Sorry. We said some wild shit back then. It was basically Woodstock without all the really, really good music.
Right. Yeah.
It's debatable if it was good, because it was only good on the record. I mean, live, those guys were so high.
I bet it rules.
Pretty high.
You can't puke on the side of the stage and then say you're still in.
There's no auto-tune back then.
It's true.
They're all fucking killers.
Yeah.
How good can you be when you're disappointed?
And blazing.
And blazing all the marijuana. Granted,
have you ever heard Paradise City? You've ever heard that guitar solo? Come on. You can be really good, wasted out of your mind.
Like I said, I was the one in the studio. And you also get 20 takes. You could chop up the tape, do all the things.
So you don't think aliens are happening at all, huh?
I think aliens are happening.
You think they're happening?
They're happening, but not in the way that we want them to be.
What's the difference? what's the difference between you and your dad and aliens?
Apparently Dad likes to claim that he fucking created everything in the all-expanding universe. So, by default, he is the creator of aliens.
Okay, so is your dad Yahweh, or is your dad, what's the other guy? What's your other guy, Leif?
It depends.
Yeah. You mean the Gnostic?
Who's Yahweh, and who's the other guy in the Garden of Eden?
Elohim?
Yeah. So is your dad Yahweh or Elohim?
Well, he went by Yahweh when he was in college. I mean, wildly popular.
Yeah.
And then, after that, when he had to get a real job and everything kind of started going downhill and he had to get serious about things, started working on this whole, let's create something in a couple of days kind of thing. Yeah. Then he took on different names. But, it's basically titles.
Yeah. Okay.
Not as exciting as you think, huh?
No.
Yeah, it really is.
That's not as exciting. That's really
not exciting.
That's really
when your dad's
really depressing.
Like, "Fuck you, you're dead." My bad. I'm gonna bring it back.
Here's a lot of grace.
Like, oh, this is funny, isn't it? This is funny, yeah.
Get it? Get it? Now, how am I gonna hold my fucking coins now? According
to the verses we've read, it's kind of so we can all just jerk off all the time, huh? Because sexual immorality is a sin.
Yeah, but we're loosely defining a wife, and we're loosely defining marriage, and we're loosely defining what's immoral.
But even Ramtha, even you were saying that the higher vibrations are better. And it's like you do like, first of all, I love pornography. I put that out there. I love watching it. I love making it. But motherfucking, if you dabble too much in that stuff, it does kind of like make your brain get a little fucky.
Before we get too far, if you don't release it, it's never a porno. It's just a sex tape.
I guess. Well, we're going to talk about that later.
So you like making sex tapes?
No, it's later.
You don't like making porno.
Why are we getting hung up on that?
I'm just saying.
Why are we getting hung up on that?
Maybe there's something coming out that he wants to, advance. That this is not a porno because it's never been released.
I was just trying to talk about how there can be a healthy relationship with porn in your life. That's what I'm saying. There can be like a spot for it that's like where it doesn't overtake everything, because it can be a little bit of a train wreck if you're not careful.
Right. So, so what about back in the day in your day, BJC? Yes. Is it that
you would made yourself laugh, dog? That was good.
Go on.
Leif, you're talking about that you can have a healthy relationship with porn. Like, if these guys were having sex with their sheep and it didn't run their lives, and it wasn't like they were, bringing it home and trying to like get their wives to make funny sheep noises, or like, would that have been okay too then? Leif.
Well,
me?
Leif's saying you can have a healthy relationship with porn, although we just read all these verses that your people.
Yeah, well, so growing up in purity culture and hitting all the marks, specifically while on tour with a major label band, I feel like I've explored the space of not jerking off and of thinking that every single, like, for instance, that not looking at anyone with lust. Like, when I was younger, that's what you do. You like, if you start to sexualize a girl, you like leave the room, Well, there's.
I've jerked off twice since we started this. Come on.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, growing up that way, it actually had a lot of negative impacts on my life. It doesn't allow you to learn who you are and get a healthy reign over yourself as a sexual human, because you're not even allowed to think about it. Therefore, you don't talk about it. I never got the birds and the bees talk. Nothing was ever about sex was ever explained. I didn't know what a condom was until I was very old. What is this?
That's sacrilegious.
I just thought that was poignant. Lust is a many splendored thing. That's all.
Oh yeah, I know. I heard it. It was good. It was poignant. But right, so like these verses, if you take them seriously, which most of this goddamn country does, guys.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
No, not most.
No, all of them are judged by it.
$1 industry.
Yeah, most of the people haven't even read them. I mean,
oh man, the Bible Belt's big. They read these verses from the pulpit. They read these on Wednesday. These are popular.
They read them.
The pastor,
but the congregation. Go ahead, sir. The congregation doesn't read them. We've already been. You say if someone says they're a Christian, you know one thing, and that's that they haven't read the Bible.
So let's say it this way: they're familiar and they live this way. They talk about it. They go to Starbucks with their friends, and they have some of them. Dude, I even had like a pastor I had to call if I jerked off. They have a purity buddy.
But you're.
So the pastor can jerk
you
off.
Aren't weird. He's like, really? How did it go? Now hold on. Let me record this.
Hold on, I gotta find something in my pocket for the next 3.5 minutes. Oh yeah. Whisper it to me in the phone.
Okay, speak quieter. Leif, your upbringing and the people you know are the exception.
Okay, but here's the deal.
And Christian the Bible Belt.
But you're not right, dude. There's so many. I know there's a mass exodus, but you need to go on Christian TikTok and see how much is just there. There's people that spend all day reading these verses online.
Okay,
and there's thousands
I think they represent the
thousands
minority.
They're not the majority, and your ilk. Specifically, the ones you grew up with are a sliver of Christians.
Here's the thing: this doesn't apply.
Most Christians,
you're
most
getting lost
Christians.
in the woods. Let me, because I see where you're going, and you're right. Every Christian, including Catholic, have strong stances on sexual immorality. All of them. Not just
that's a blanket
Baptist.
statement.
Yeah.
That's a blanket statement. That's not true.
It's 100% true.
You're saying 100% true that all Christians and Catholics have. You're just most Christians and Catholics, and I'm not saying all, because I think if you use a blanket statement like that, it's borderline ignorant. I'm saying that most Catholics and Christians they punch in on Sunday and they punch out when they leave the church.
Yeah, you're right.
It's not this.
I'm not
it's not
talking
this
about
lifestyle.
that. But they're worshiping the lifestyle, bro. That's sin in their life according to themselves. If they're on the thing, if they're going to church, that church is built. Catholics, priests literally take a vow of celibacy. You're telling me sexual immorality is important to Catholicism?
It's written. I'm not. That
you guys are.
But saying that it exercises.
Yeah, I'm saying this
exercise is different.
This religion, this book, which Christianity. We're talking any of them, the 2,000 fucking denominations of it. Sexual immorality is talked about all the time, and in any church I've ever been in.
I would agree that it's talked about, but I don't think it's exercised in the way that it's written.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. See what I'm saying? So I'm not saying...
No, I didn't think that's what you're saying at all.
I
thought you were saying...
I mean, the people...
Your words came out weird, buddy.
Oh, well, people themselves, the people that go to the church, they wear it like a badge, like a virtue signaling type thing. But yeah, you get them alone, they're putting things in buttholes probably. And the people that don't, like me, that is the Baptists, like the weird homeschooler kids that clothes don't fit exactly right, who you can tell aren't fucking. That's a very small minority.
Well, and I think you're giving
a finger in your butt.
Really? Dude, I stuck a finger in your butt. Come on, we know this.
Finger in your butt.
And I know how many hotel rooms you've shared with my squires. Let's not even start. Don't pretend. But
how many people you sword fought with?
I honestly, and I'm just. You ever sword fight with a girl?
No.
Cross stream.
No.
You can now by definition.
Yeah, it's a good time.
It once was. I mean,
I just don't think. I think you're giving people too much credit for paying attention at church, and I think you're like you grew up where you grew up, and where Catholic girls were always the most the most ready to go.
Right.
Like the first girl that broke my heart, Catholic girl. And she was cheating on everyone, and her family was immersed in the church.
Right.
They were fucking Catholic as the day is long.
Right.
You could say they were balls deep in the church.
Balls good deep, I never, and so I think that you're conjoining your upbringing and you're spreading it onto a majority of people that just don't exist way you did.
Sure. I agree. But I think what blows my mind is the hypocrisy, because after even just these verses we read, which we could keep going on, I think it's really clear to, like, if someone is like living like a Jehovah's Witness, and like dressing insanely modestly and like trying, never looks at porn, I get it. Because this book is constantly fucking...
Yeah.
I'm not talking about normal humans, but like it is strange. But does that make sense?
Yeah, but you're talking about, like Jehovah's Witnesses and Mormons, and even Mormons, man. You go to Salt Lake City, everyone's
I saw a fucking orgy there the first time I was
right?
Yeah.
So it's like,
I mean, all orgies are fucking orgies.
I went to it was at
it's a little redundant. Thank you, JC.
Anyway,
JC.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think that a lot, and maybe this is exactly what you're saying, but it sounded like you were saying most people cared. But I feel like most people, like, they're punching in there. It's like a job. I think that they have to go there. It's an obligation.
Yeah, I think that's really interesting to me, and I definitely think that's a blind spot for me, because the Bible, it just says like you're either all in or all out, And so, growing up like me, I think it's one of my like problems, like that I'm like, what do you mean you're all what, like Mormon soaking? Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah. I think we both just made reference to it.
Yeah, did you earlier? You had like 5 in there that didn't get to come up that were funnier than shit. Sorry, but yeah, Mormon soaking.
You can isolate them and clip them up.
Oh, for real. Mormon soaking is when you just, because you're not allowed to have sex before marriage in almost any religion.
And sex is defined by them by what is it? Friction.
Movement. Yeah. So you just put your dick in and don't move.
That's why you have a bunk bed. Kind of loosen the bolts a little bit. Climb on top.
So you have friends, when you're Mormon soaking, you'll have friends shake the bed.
You could just set up some sort of pendulum system and just lay there. You don't have to have the buddy in there.
They'll have
Not
2
a
people helping
exercise.
so they get the bed really going. And like, I remember I went to, oh no, where'd he go? Oh, sweet.
There he is.
I went to this church like sleepover, where you go like sleep in the big building of the church and play games all night, and it was kind of like a not like a Methodist, like a Universalist church, like a cool one where they have girls that can be pastors, and like you can be gay in there, which is not like the church we grew up in, and so people were like sneaking off, and I saw it, and I was like, like I was just like, that is sex, that's sin, that's which is so hilarious. I don't know if that adds to this conversation.
Well, I think we've talked about this, Leif, is like youth group was the first time I was alone with girls all night,
because we were my fucking mind.
We were like sophomores and juniors, and
good times,
and we had a parents' night off in the youth group. So like we had the kids all put them up in the room, and then we were down in the gymnasium, me and my brother and like some other girls, and God, there was a whole rumor about what my brother and this other girl did at school like the next day, like it was
wow.
It was kind of it was amazing. It was, like, yeah, God bless Jesus Christ.
Getting people laid.
Yeah. Since 001.
Since 33 BC.
Yeah,
baby.
33, our lucky number.
Come on.
It's the magic number, really.
It's not an accident. There's 2 3s in that. The 3 hole.
Oh my God. You guys.
Nighty night, keep it airtighty tight.
Well, for that you do need a buddy, don't you?
Always in 3.
Yeah. Okay.
Somebody has to hold the camera. Ouch, you're on my hair. You can't really form an Eiffel Tower without a third. Holy Trinity.
Yeah. 3s, man.
Bad to the bone.
The power. I think Eric's gonna not like this.
It's the most sexually immoral fucking podcast we've ever had. Which I guess is great. It's not.
I think this is the way the church was supposed to be.
It's not gay in a 3-way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, steer the ship, Leif. What the fuck?
Well, sorry, I was thinking about good times.
Yeah. Set adrift in memory bliss, brother.
Who doesn't like PM Dawn? You're an evil person.
Dude, PM Dawn fucking rules. Oh, that's an all skate, folks.
Three-way. Snowball.
Threesomes are a lot of work.
Call it what it's supposed to be called. Baby bird, baby.
It is
baby bird.
Baby bird. Oh my god.
Just holding the hair back, just
oh god.
We're all going to that alternate place.
Yeah. The warmer spot. The tropics.
Tropic of Cancer. Or Capricorn, however you want to look at it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the fucking clips on this one are gonna be insane.
What is this?
Remember, Jesus, that one time I threw your sounding rod?
We don't need to bring up old stuff.
Oh, I can delete that if you want that.
We could that one had a little battery, a little vibration going on there. It wasn't finding water that day, my friends. It was not finding water.
That's what you told me. I remember that. You were like, not cool.
Not cool, bro.
Tried at least once.
Hands off. Yeah.
I respect that about you.
Yeah.
I think we might have done it.
Broke the internet.
You guys fucking blitzkrieg my goddamn verses. That was like 9 verses.
Brought it.
Hey,
Yeah.
You guys didn't believe or hear one thing about me there.
Well, finally, we got the horse's mouth over here. We can actually say,
it's not about quantity; it's about quality.
Here, man.
It's not what I meant.
It's good.
Not what I meant. You guys keep taking it out of context. What are you guys, Westboro Baptists? You just want to make it up as you go? Come on now.
They don't make it up; they follow it.
Do they?
In fact, they're probably the best Christian. Well, okay. Well, so now let's not say I agree with them.
No,
I think it's horrible.
Flip that. You agree with Westboro Baptist?
Well, I mean, it's a fascinating story. But if you want to take the Bible literally, I think they actually do it best. Yeah, they're the best
people, ain't they?
Bible believing.
Ain't they blown some stuff
it's
up?
It's horrible, isn't it?
Aren't they like the?
No, they just protest. They're all rich too. They're lawyers.
Oh, I thought they were like
smart.
the David Koresh's of Christianity.
No, they work in their community. They legislate. They're active. They work. Their lives are pointed at changing the world.
When they're picketing,
there's 70,000 of them. They keep just fucking popping out babies. The Bible says that children are like arrows in a quiver. So like basically have a bunch.
And we shouldn't be putting the word quiver and children in the same sentence.
Right?
I don't like it. I think I did that wrong. I need to do a rewrite.
A redo.
I need to get Matt and Paul and all them together. Get the Beatles back together and figure it out.
I mean, you kind of did leave them hanging.
Literally.
I mean, you know.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's not my fault, man.
I don't know. Do you feel like they did the best they could?
Yeah, with what they had, which is pretty much nothing. I mean,
0, right? you didn't even leave him a pencil.
I did not. But, I typically don't get up this early. That's why. All those early risers.
I get it.
We get it. We're old.
Never understood it. I'm not up for the Grand Slam breakfast, guys. It's just not going to happen.
You don't want a cheap moons over my hammock?
No. Bacon and egg special. A little B&E. Not to be confused with the breaking and entering.
Different time.
This sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fucking blazing.
I don't know why you have clothes on under that. That's not JC.
I got a gig after this.
You have carte blanche to just
What if you could just
buck under there?
You could just come on like dressed in Carhartt or just yourself, whatever you want, and just be JC. We'll just have you as this
253 JC.
I have some more things planned.
God
I'm
damn.
almost done with a couple more things that I have for awesome introductions. So I have some stuff.
Rad.
Awesome.
Picked up this bad boy.
Well, the AI helps us. Oh, yeah, cool.
What is
It's
that
a
thing?
lighting controller, so I have a fucking massive intro for you guys.
Nice.
I have about 12 moving heads and about 4 fucking pars, and I'm gonna do a fucking like. I'm gonna hit you guys hard with it. I'm gonna hit you guys hard with it.
Brilliant.
Oh my god.
Oh god. Hilarious.
We didn't even get a touch on any of the incestuous stuff. Man.
We could, I feel like we
We
could
got
have gone
this
a little
close to
farther on each one of those verses.
You brought up the South, and I was like, oh yeah,
Sodomy. We
get
could have
into
got.
Here it comes. Here it
I was
comes.
hoping for it.
Yeah.
Could have. You should have steered us that way. I'll give you carte blanche for next time.
We'll stay on topic ish, and then we'll stray, and then we'll pull ourselves back. There's 3 ADD minds now, so you can only go so far. I've now officially been on a gig with both of you, so now it's like, yes, our gears going in the same direction.
I think I'm gonna call this one the most sexually immoral podcast on sexual morality.
Featuring
Jesus.
BJC.
BJC is so funny.
Acronyms always work.
BJC matters, man.
We're gonna. Oh my god.
Hashtag.
Don't forget. Yeah, hashtag BJC matters.
Oh my god. My fucking face.
Mm.
All right. Well,
and we didn't even. Oh, you read the Bible. That's right. Okay.
I read a
and
lot
you
of
got
the
high.
Bible.
So Leif has just made this into I'm going to get high and read the Bible.
Well, it might be fun. It might be more fun. And we can do it in whatever format you want, brother man. But point being, I like this starting with the clips.
Clips are good.
I like, because it like keeps us slightly on topic. There's like a slight theme, and then there's enough Bible, but maybe I don't know. It's weird. Whenever I start talking about the Bible, even like myself on here, I'll be like, "Shut the fuck up, Leif." Like it's so boring. It's so
like
boring.
last week,
and I know I'm right about it all, but it just doesn't matter. It's like, who cares?
But I know I'm right.
Lucy,
well, no, I'm right about the Bible.
I don't. No one's right about the Bible. I can tell you what it says. I know I found a reference. Right. You know, I'm not saying I understand it. I've never said that.
But I really enjoyed, like you were saying, last week was great because you brought something that meant something to you, that scared the shit out of you as a kid.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I know there's a ton of those.
I don't know. You think so?
What?
Okay, I'll try to think.
What?
Because I think I know it's strange, but even just if we read a random verse, just pick a random verse, and you guys logically talk about it. It's kind of powerful in a weird way. So I think anything.
Don't you fucking dare try to fucking convert us. Don't you fucking dare.
No, it's kind of powerful for people who grow up without objectivity, because you guys talk about the Bible in a way I've never heard, or anyone that goes to church has never heard,
or that anybody's ever heard.
So to you, it's just like you're going like poo poo pee pee, right? And I think that is good. Like I think that. So I'm going to say that. I mean, I'll obviously I get high and way too vulnerable, so you get all my trauma. There's a lot, so don't worry. There's an endless supply of that. But I just want to reiterate I think what you say is important.
I think your vulnerability is equally, if not more, palpable. You know, like that resonates with people a bunch. When like and even people who weren't nearly as immersed in religion as you are or were. You know, it's like the people who like me who still feel guilt, and they hate, and they're like not baggaged by it necessarily at all, but still feel it. Uh-huh. It's like that part where you're still processing all that shit. That really fucking works.
Okay, yeah, I like this.
And that's like last week. That's why I thought last week was pretty.
That was great.
Fancy.
Yeah, my closest connection to all this is when I got COVID. I was like, man, should I like try to be forgiven for everything. Like, am I gonna die right now? Am I that sick that I'm worried about this?
Right.
And that's me.
Yeah.
You know?
Did you get a bad version of COVID?
Okay, so I had it 4 times. First one was the worst, and then it descended to basically a common cold by the 4th.
How bad was the first one?
Definitely I had only when I got up it was hard to breathe. So when I got up to walk to the bathroom and stuff, I was like, whew, man, I was like, oh, I'm out of shape. I didn't lose taste or anything like that. But
when was
early on. I was one of the early ones, so not.
Oh, okay. So you got a big hit of it. You got a fancy tap hit.
I took a big pull off of some,
Yeah. Bubble.
Yeah.
It's highly concentrated.
Yeah, fuck. Right. Well, it was, and now it's not, but yeah.
Well, yeah.
But it can still get
something else is going around now. I'm sick.
There's some people that can still, obviously people that already have pre-existing asthma and shit like that. It'll still hit them pretty good, but not like it was.
Well, my buddy just got it finally, and he's asthmatic and like took, steps to isolate himself to the extreme.
He just got it.
And he just got it, and it was like,
job.
I test positive, but it's kind of like a cold.
Yeah.
Like,
I worked out through each time I got it.
Hey, mushroom.
Yeah, that's probably smart.
Yeah.
I drank bourbon.
See? Yeah, it wasn't. It. But my fucking cousin died, so.
Well, I tell that story,
why you
he was entirely compromised.
All day today? What's wrong
well,
with you?
because it's the truth. The other thing is, it sucks because, like, we stopped taking boosters or anything like that, like we did the first round of the vaccine because I believe in that shit. I'm like, whatever. But my family, well, check this. So my family have a great sample size because my sisters have so many kids and they go to a private homeschool co-op once a week. So there's about 40 kids in all, 2 families. 3, 4 families. And they meet together. So there's a big sample size. And when I was up in Buckley all this time doing all that work, there would be at least 3 or 4 kids that had COVID that were so fucking sick. And they'd be just in the corner around all the other kids laying on a couch. And that happened because they want to get vaccinated. That happened for 2 years. For 2 years, every time I saw them, there was at least 2 or 3 people in the family with COVID. None of us gave a fuck after a time because, again, like you said, it's just like a cold. Like
yeah,
we didn't even stop. But like that shit just burned through each member of the family for 2 years straight. Everyone was sick all the time. And it's like, so.
And now they've got the best the best homemade.
Yeah, right. Antibodies, but maybe they could have just got a fucking little. I don't know. See, the vaccine worked for me.
Yeah,
I barely got it.
Well,
it
worked for you, but do we really know? Like now, everything's coming out that those vaccines are kind of not fucking great for people. Of
course,
so my mom had a stroke. She was one of the people that had a stroke like 2 weeks after she got there were lots of strokes. There were way more people who died from
I don't like this data.
It's fucking crazy.
Here's the thing. They rushed a motherfucking. It's like LA. Everyone complains about LA, but no one realizes how many fucking people are here. It's like, of course, this place is a shit show politically. Every single.
I got a little confession to make.
What's that?
On either side of the political fence when it comes to the COVID thing. People were sick.
Yeah.
It's a fact. Yeah. Things were shut down.
Yeah, right?
And by the way, anybody want to buy a weed license?
I'm still holding out for when they finally decriminalize the mushrooms because I've been microdosing. It's helped immensely. Like,
oh yeah,
they did.
Dude, that makes sense.
They decriminalized. Yeah, mushrooms aren't. They decriminalized them.
Dude, I've noticed like you pick me up some days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've noticed.
We're thinking about we're thinking about putting a tent in the backyard. And
I'm loving it. I feel like I'm benefiting from it. I'm not trying to say that I self-diagnosed, but I was like, therapy wasn't helping. I'm down and bummed out about nothing. First world problems, like that kind of shit, like superficial stuff. So I was like, let me try this. So I started microdosing. First couple of times, went a little too hard. Enjoyed it.
Well, macrodosing.
Yeah.
It was just dosing.
Just dosing. And then I got it down to where now I know my milligrams and stuff. Yeah.
Where'd you get the mushrooms, and how did you get the micro?
I have a few friends that decided to jump on the train of growing. There's so many videos on the internet that you could, YouTube. You could reference YouTube and figure it out.
Yeah.
And then, trial and error, just like how weed was in the early goings to optimize things. And then they figured it out. And now there's just a pile of a strain called Penis Envy everywhere right now. And,
it'll knock. I may or may not have. It'll knock your fucking dick into the.
It'll send you
that shit.
Space. Yeah,
that shit is insane. It's very intense.
And what's your dosage?
I do 0.2 grams. I either do two. I have gel caps, and they're the 4 aught or 4.0. So they're just a little bit bigger than like the gel caps that you would get for a B vitamin or ginkgo biloba. Slightly bigger than that, and it holds 0.2 grams. A little bit of space in there, and I'll eat 2 of those, and then I have a whole schedule. So my 30-day cycle is 2 the first day, 1 the second day, none the third day, and then there's variations of that. So you do.
Oh, that's so fun.
And who gave you that? Who turned the schedule?
So I went to the internet and found other people's that worked for them, and I tried it. And then you also kind of want to vary it so it keeps its strength. So that's why you do so your body doesn't get used to it. And then you take a week-long break every 3 months, and you kind of reset, and then but you do it does it definitely loosens up the guts. You got to be the first couple of times you got to stay close to a restroom.
Yeah.
That's my life anyway, man.
Might as well be tripping a little bit. Yeah.
Might as well. I'm into it.
A lot of people don't talk about it. None of the websites talk about it. It loosens you up like right off the bat. You're like, oh.
Geoff, do you know that band, the Cadillac 3?
I heard the name.
They're great.
Oh yeah, they're buddies of yours.
They're fucking great. They're so goddamn good.
I found them a couple of years before Oz started doing Soundform, and when I first heard Tennessee Mojo, I was like, oh, these guys are fucking badass. Grimy Southern bluesy rock. I was like, drunken rock, perfect.
We did a radio interview with them. We played this thing. What's it called? The Hometown Throwdown. It's like the Wolf, the country radio station up there. And I was sitting next to Jaron, and we like literally looked identical. Like we were wearing the same fucking outfit.
I could see that.
He kept looking at me. Yeah, it was really weird. But yeah, and then Oz started doing sound for him for a while. So,
oh, nice.
Yeah. But great guys and super sweethearts, and really know how to. There's actually a bunch of mushroom shit. I'll send you both.
Oz was. I could actually technically credit Oz for getting me in on a higher professional level in audio.
Yeah, he's the best. He's really good.
He's a wizard with not just mixing. He can also, on the fly, solder a fucking console back together that's fried.
Yeah,
he's a psychopath.
Yeah,
nice. Yeah.
Love nerds.
Good guys to have.
He's legit.
For real.
He's a fella, if you will.
Yeah.
Perfect.
What are you guys doing with your lives?
Me? Oh, that show. Luckily, I had a show coming up, but it got pushed to May, so I had time to get sick.
The one with the Shane and
Isaac? Opening for hours. Yeah.
It got bumped?
Yeah, he pushed it to May, so I'm into it. It gives us more time to get fucking ready. We can write some songs.
Sure.
Singing in front of like one of the best singers of all time is a little scary to me. So
get over it.
I'm like that.
You'll be fine. You're handsome. Look at that fucking beard.
It's just, dude, it's like playing percussion for a bunch of guys you looked up to when you were a kid. It's not a big deal.
You're fucking good at drums.
Not even
weird. I had no idea. We even lived together. There was a drum set in the living room when we lived together, and I would come out in the morning, and he'd already be on it, just like sitting there doing nothing. And then he would just do all these blast beats for like. Stop!
Nice.
It's so fucking funny.
You're like, this fucking
That's all
guy.
The drums I've ever heard him play for like 2 years was just
Fucking
like the
guy.
fastest notes. Really well done. So I didn't even know if he could play. I'm like,
your uncle's rolling over in his grave.
No, he's got swing too. He's got pocket.
Oh yeah. We did the San Diego thing or
He
LA.
did a Rock and Roki gig.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Filled in.
fucking no. You know what happened? They got fucking AC/DC the whole night. They got boom bap, except for one song. Like fucking locked out of heaven.
Reddit's like, yep.
They got AC/DC the whole fucking night. Don't kid him. Don't let him kid you. I had a click in my ear. Yeah. Anybody could boom bap to a click in your ear, and then I played kind of locked out of heaven, and that's it for 2 hours.
That's it, right? That's what George always said. Is like he's like, you can do it whenever you want because you're not afraid. You don't care. It's like, dude, you got to click. 90% of the time, I'd be like, Pete, who sings this and how does it come in?
Yeah.
When just fucking point at me when the drums start, I'll start playing. Who fucking cares? It's like it was a fun gig.
I think it's funny how people trip out.
It fixed my brain, man. It fixed my brain because I would like when I was in Loaded, like I had to stop playing in Loaded because my brain was fucking broken after cancer. And George is like, "Come play for me, click track."
No thinking.
And I was like,
to an extent,
it's you know, some guys overthink it, but like you gotta.
The guitar chair is pretty stressful.
Dude, yeah.
Oh yeah, I can't imagine having to like having to like really know
the notes because you're like,
right.
Because Squire's like he got alopecia when he fucking it was, and I mean basses too. I don't know, Squire's is fucking
his bass is in the track, so you could just give him the fucking magic show, baby.
Is that too?
Well, in some of those though, like you get the hit me with your best shot, and
there's like
some of the ones that are like the wonky, really where there's just like a hi-hat track. And you're like, wait a minute, I have to know this one?
There's like, or the rant, like, Born to Run, that do, 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 do.
Yeah, totally.
You guys were there for the dark.
It's like, that's so weird.
Bang.
We've been.
I loved learning that one, though. That was there were some that were super fun, because if you know them, it's like, like Paradise City was sort of that way, where it's like, it goes on forever.
Fucking 2 more shots, and then we just get to play solos all night. Like, fuck yeah. Remember when Jazz Bones had sushi?
Yeah,
we would get sushi. We could get, we would have like 14 double cocktails on a Monday night sometimes.
Well, Sean,
forgive me, I was there. You were there. A story
Leif likes to tell is like at one point when we were, because I got him and Squires that gig, because I'm like, hey, and so like at one time, like Leif's like, it
was a thirsty
and I'm like,
period.
Hey Leif, and he's in his shit house. He's like, I'm like, hey Leif, how many you had? 8. And it was like, we were like in the middle of the second set. I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right. How many more are you gonna have? I'm like, dude, are you okay? You don't drink like this.
It's stressful chair that played all those solos. Yeah. Took a long time.
You were taking your hands off that. I think JC was driving for a while there.
There was some stinker nights up there at that Jazz Bones when I was learning.
Some fucking teleportation back to your house.
That was, sleeping off.
And it's funny because I never really worried about you. It was just, and this, I don't want to sound like a dick, but it was just annoying.
Of course.
Because it's like,
it's always annoying when someone's that drunk.
Well, yeah, people who you're not good at stuff you don't do all the time, and you weren't doing that all the time. It was like,
that was new.
It was like that was new for you.
It was like, and
it was like
the brakes, I fell off the sled going down the toboggan, Leif's bleeding.
Totally.
When I was with Sean, we were driving, and we were in this place called Winthrop, Washington. And
I know, yeah.
Fucking
Jesus.
Have you ever seen that movie Navy SEALs with Charlie Sheen? It's like way old. There's it was just like one of those things.
I remember the idea.
It was
the idea.
Yeah. And so where we're staying, there's this little bridge for a river. And in my head, I was telling them all about how rad this movie was. And I was like, and then Charlie Sheen jumps out of the moving Jeep, and I opened the door and I started to like, I was like this, I was gonna like do it, and like, there's like 6 feet of a sidewalk. There's like 2 inches of water. There's like, I'm going in. Just fucking I was bad at. I generally am pretty bad at drinking.
This was Thirsty Leif?
Yeah, same time, same time period.
Oh Jesus, yeah, no. Well, and again, it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't mad, and I wasn't worried.
Yeah,
I mean, like I don't know why I wasn't worried about you. I probably should have been, but here we are. And this is probably, maybe future Geoff was like, he's going to be fine. Yeah. Don't worry about him. You guys are going to do a podcast later. Don't worry about it.
I think you had enough life experience that you knew what it looked like when you had to worry about somebody and what it didn't. And Leif didn't. I've never worried about.
Yeah,
that. We've been annihilated, and I'm like, he'll get all fine.
He could drive reverse to Buckley. It'll be okay.
As I'm resting my knee against my steering wheel so I don't overcorrect too much, and I'm hitting every fucking turtle on the way home. Life will be fine.
What's the worst thing that can happen?
I mean, like,
See,
I'm not gonna get hurt.
I don't even drink anymore. Barely. I drink when I see Sean sometimes, but like I could only have one or two.
Dude, yeah, like a couple of times I'm like, dude, I'm tired.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah. We're done here, right?
Dude, like for real. I'm a prude now. Now I'm just like in the pool or running,
but not with porn. You're not a prude.
No, I don't. I have a healthy relationship. I barely use it now. It's weird. I used to schedule it. I used to be like 8 a.m. every morning. Get this thing. Just get it out of the way. Get to work on time.
Scheduling it.
What now?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with scheduling it.
Right?
It's my favorite.
No. Yeah. Get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Think clearly. Don't be a weirdo.
Clear the pipes.
Yeah.
Blow the carbon out.
Yeah.
Which
you can't be going to work
obviously
with rusty pipes.
And fucking,
that's horrible.
Every time it would, because never mind. That's more trauma. But growing up, like anytime you would do it, it would be like I thought I was going to die instantly. Right after, like God would smite me.
Lightning
bolt?
bolt?
Like just some, like, oh, this is when a car is just going to careen off the road and go right through.
Wither you?
Yeah. So it's like.
Your little brother comes in.
It was weird to like.
Red eyes and withers your ass.
Erecto bonum. Sorcerer's Stone. What the fuck is going on around here?
Oh my God.
That's really what you thought? You thought that you were going to get smited?
Yeah, dude. So I could go like, years between jerking off. Like there was, and it was hard. It was hard, but you would I'd had all these I'd go to bed with gloves on, or I'd pray for 2 hours before I got into bed.
Paper mittens?
What now? It's my ski gloves.
Man, those can feel pretty good if you got the right kind.
Now they got a leather grip.
Turn them inside out.
Yeah.
Or you just fuck your glove.
Yeah. Have you guys seen this cartoon, Big Mouth?
Oh,
yeah. It's Nick Kroll's it's all middle schoolers. It's like kids that go to school, and they're super young in the show, but they're dealing with puberty. And it's basically about that age when everything's amazing and then puberty shows up and everything sucks. And it's fascinating to me because I'm just watching kids talk about sexuality in any form. It just blows my mind.
Kids though, on the show, they're all 40 to 50-year-old comedians. Even though their characters represent kids in middle school. I mean, you could hear it in their voice.
Yeah.
It's horrible. Hormone Monster, the period monster. If you ever get a chance to see it,
it's pretty great.
You should slide over and check out a couple episodes.
It's pretty great.
You don't have to watch the whole thing, but it's pretty good. That
weed hat that I normally wear on here is a nod to that show. Like one of the characters in that show wears that same weed hat.
Oh, nice. Nice.
It's fucking funny.
Is that a Sonics hat or is that a weed hat?
Sonics.
What do you got? That's Sonics.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually, as you noticed, I barely got back from getting the boy in the rain to school.
This morning.
I was I didn't even have the right clips. There's this clip of a pastor who's preaching from the pulpit, and he's talking about how every algorithm is just from the devil. I know this. Every algorithm is from the devil because all I see is titties and hot women. All I see is beautiful bikini babies and sexual temptations. It's like,
why do you think that is, old
every
man?
device
You
I
creepy
see.
fuck.
Exactly.
That's funny.
Kate and I were back there we have to find it. Just stressed out. But
Oh man,
It's been scrubbed.
Should never stress. Never stress.
Yeah,
Never shared.
it's true. I have a hard time with that. That's why this health kick. I guess someone's got. I think Jeff's got to poop at least. If not, I'm going to have to do it pretty soon. We said goodbye a while ago. No. Well, let's say goodbye to Australia. Goodbye, Australia.
We appreciate you being here, guys.
Yes, we love you.
And hey, we appreciate
real
Black
Jesus,
Brown Jesus,
real,
Brown Jesus Christ.
You got an Instagram, right? Or TikTok?
Oh yeah. I think I put it in my name. Should be in there somewhere.
For real Jesus.
For real Jesus.
That's how you find him.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
If you hadn't seen him, go see him.
Sorry to cough in the mic.
You guys are.
Cheers, everyone.